Industrial espionage.
Many crimes are committed indoors. In addition to forced entries into private homes and commercial buildings, locked safes are often breached, and not necessarily by force.
Stanislaus Podjaski was a happy man this morning. His design of a silent aeroplane engine had gained the interest of Grieveson, Gerald, and Fisk, a London firm of engineers. 10 years of stuffy bed-sitting rooms and grimy toil was over. He'd be Stanislaus Podjaski, Esquire, a gentleman of leisure. At 10 o'clock, Podjaski entered the offices of Grieveson, Gerald, and Fisk. He handed his card to Miss Young, Mr. Grieveson's private secretary. The inventor was immediately shown into Grieveson's room. Grieveson listened intently as Podjaski went over the details of his design. The other two partners, Gerald and Fisk, were called in to examine the blueprints. The men spent an hour in deep discussion. The three partners then withdrew to the far end of the room. They could hardly contain their excitement. The plan was colossal. "Let's offer him £10,000, whispered Fisk, and see what he says. The plan was worth far more, but they'd try it. Podjaski didn't realize the potential value of his plan, so he was very pleased when they persuaded the businessmen to pay him £15,000 for it. Grieveson gave the inventor a check and even offered him a cigar. "What a day," declared Grieveson as he put the plans into an envelope, which he locked up in the safe. "Let's go out and celebrate. The drinks are on me." "Crikey," Gerald exclaimed the next morning. He had come in early to start work on the new design, but there were papers all over Grieveson's desk, and the ink pot was overturned. Had someone been there? The plans, were they safe? He rushed to the safe and feverishly spun the dial. The envelope which had contained the plans was empty. Another envelope had been opened, but its contents were still intact. The thief had also left something behind. Gerald was enraged at this insolence. He then phoned his partners, urging them to come to the office straight away. Grieveson and Fisk were as upset as Gerald. This was the worst thing that had ever happened to the firm. Someone in the office must have done it. Gerald phoned Scotland Yard. It would take Inspector Black to find the guilty party. Now, to whom does the evidence point? Is it Daniel Grieveson? Would he have told his partners about the plans if he was going to steal them? Would his suggestion of celebrating seem suspicious? Perhaps Hamilton Fisk? Did he know the safe's combination? Did he know into which envelope the plans were placed? Maybe it was Malcolm Gerald. Did he see the envelope the plans were placed in? If he stole the plans, would he have phoned the police himself? Or perhaps it was Gwendolyn Young. Was there something peculiar about the way the envelopes had been tampered with? Would she know which envelope held the plans? Let's hear what Inspector Black would have to say.
It has been said that the director's secretary knows more than the director. In this case, the secretary knew too much, namely, the combination to the safe. Because Grieveson's room and safe were entered so easily, I knew that the thief had to be someone who was familiar with his office. But whoever stole the plans had been uncertain as to which envelope to open. Grieveson, Gerald, and Fisk all knew which was the correct envelope. That left Miss Young. Also, the envelopes had been cut with a pair of scissors having small curved blades, which left curved cuts along the edges of the paper. It only took a moment to find the nail scissors in Miss Young's bag, and then a few minutes more to elicit a full confession from Miss Young.
Did you make the right choice? Join us again next time for another WZ Presents Photo Crimes from the files of Inspector Black.